Hello, this is Jared from JewelCloud and GemFind. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about reports that happen in JewelCloud to give you an idea of what kind of reports and data you'll be able to get as a customer inside JewelCloud. Here we're looking at actually some actual data from a real JewelCloud retailer. We're graying it out so we don't give away their identity, but at the top you can see there's a couple of drop downs for vendor and date range. What we're able to do is to isolate a particular vendor, or in this case, we're just looking at all the vendors that would be in this particular retailer's instance of JewelCloud. If we wanted to, we could select different retailers and different vendors and just isolate their data. But in this case, we're just going to look at the entire data set. We also can isolate by date range. Here we've had a 90-day date range selected, but you could have chosen some different characteristics, but right now we're just going to go with 90 days in all vendors. And as you can see, we have a high number of clicks in the last 90 days. But what do those clicks represent? This is really the benefit of JewelCloud, is to understand how you can break down those clicks to get some real meaningful data that will help you in your jewelry business. So we look at the data in three different ways here. And the first way is we break it down by item category to say, what are the categories that real people that are coming to the JewelCloud are able to see, and what are they clicking on? So this tells us that there's a high instance of clicking on necklace. There's almost a third of the clicks are coming there, but also pendants, links. There's some other really big categories. This tells us that within three big categories, over half of the clicks are happening. And then also we're able to look at it from a price point. So what are the price points that people are most interested in? And you can see we've got another big category here. The $1,001 to $2,500 category is about a third of the clicks. And then we have two categories that are almost identical. One that's at the higher numbers and one's at the lower price point. So we're able to really hone in what are people most interested in from a price point perspective and also from a category perspective. And then this last way to look at it here towards the bottom is that's going to show us the vendors, what people are really interested in terms of the vendors' products that are on the website. And this is an interesting way to look at it. You can see we have one very large dominant category, over half is from one big vendor. And then there's lots of other vendors there as well that are pulling in some statistics for this particular instance of JewelCloud. So in just a minute or two, we're able to see the categories that are popular, the vendors that are popular, and the price points that are popular. So this retailer is able to say, how do I market my products on my instance of JewelCloud through the website, and also even in my retail store to know what are people looking at. And then here at the bottom, this gives you some very granular data, very specific data that's going to show you the items that people are clicking on by the individual item. You can look at it on what's being clicked by day. We can also sort any of these columns. You can sort by vendor, by collection, by the type of item that you're looking at, by the type of metal. So we can just carve up this data and get some good information from it. But in this case, what we're able to see is every single click that's happening across this instance of JewelCloud. They're able to break it down even by day or by item type to be able to make some good recommendations as to what to market on the website. So to show you real quick before we go how you can just look at a particular vendor, we're going to pick a vendor here, and I'm just going to grab one here. This is as good a vendor as any. And we're able to see that the numbers are going to shift, and we have much fewer clicks because we're just isolating one particular vendor here. But the data is kind of interesting because some of these charts change quite dramatically. So for this particular vendor, I'm able to see exactly what people are clicking on, items, prices. Of course, 100% of the clicks are going to be for this one vendor, so that chart may not be very meaningful. But when I'm on the phone with this vendor or I'm meeting with the rep for this vendor, I'm able to tell them exactly what people are interested in and exactly the price points that people are looking for through my instance of JewelCloud. So I can have a real meaningful conversation, a real data deep conversation, so we know exactly what people are most interested in. And this is really the main benefit of JewelCloud. There are many benefits. This is a really vital benefit to be able to have this information. So we would love to sit down with you and show you more about JewelCloud. And here's our number, and feel free to call us. We'd love to set up a demo with you today to go through how you can put JewelCloud to use with your retail business and get some meaningful data out of it. Thank you for watching.